she, her pronouns. I'm a double alum of Case Western Reserve University. Just go without the mic? I can do it without the mic. Let's start over. We're going to do it without the mic.
Ma'am, our mics are attached to that, so you can keep that mic off.
You got it.
Thank you.
All right. Can everybody hear me? We're good. Let's start again. Make sure everybody can hear. Good morning. My name is Stephanie Ash, and I use she, her pronouns. I'm a double alum of Case Western Reserve University. I continue to call myself a proud alum only because of the students you will hear from today. I'll moderate this press conference. We'll hear from 6 speakers, and I'll introduce each one before they start. At the end of remarks, we'll have a question and answer period with our speakers. Before introducing our first speaker, I want to provide some context for why we're here today. University administrators are inflicting disproportionate and discriminatory punishments on students due to their opposing viewpoints and are weaponizing procedure to silence and chill advocacy. Over 40 Case students and about 60 total individuals, including alumni, received interim suspension letters banning them from campus because of their speech and advocacy. The students you will hear from today have not been formally charged as outlined in the Student Code of Conduct. Among the critical concerns arising from the recent conduct inquiries are the potential displacement and loss of housing, issues affecting student employment, risks to current and future on-campus jobs, banning participation in graduation, and jeopardizing law students' eligibility to sit for the bar exam in July. Today, you will hear from students who are directly impacted by the university's attempt to silence speech that they do not agree with. Our first speaker will help build a foundation for the rest of today's remarks. Please join me in welcoming Faten Oda, the Executive Director of CARE Cleveland.
In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, may peace be upon you. My name is Faten Oda, that is F-A-T-E-N, last name is O-D-E-H. And I am the Executive Director of the Cleveland and Northern Ohio chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations, otherwise known as CARE Ohio. We are here today to address the concerning behavior the administration of Case Western Reserve University has ruthlessly displayed when dealing with a certain group of their own students. Those students are not only of Palestinian, Muslim, or Arab descent, but their fellow classmates who have stood in solidarity with them as well. After the undergraduate student body democratically voted and passed a resolution in 2022 for Case Western to disclose their investments in an entity called Israel, an entity who is well known for their human rights and international law violations, and to divest from that entity, the students reported to our office a complete disregard from the Case administration to fulfill the wishes of the undergraduate student body. It is important to note that recently the graduate student body has also democratically voted and passed for the same resolution. The students have spoken loud and clear. They do not want their tuition to support a foreign entity that has time and time again committed well-documented, unspeakable atrocities on innocent civilian populations. Not only were the students' wishes ignored, they reported being targeted, intimidated, and harassed by Case administration thereafter. I have personally reached out to the administration on behalf of the students and met with the Vice President of Student Affairs in November of 2023 and told him the Palestinian, Muslim, Arab students and their allies do not feel safe on campus or welcomed on their own campus. The administration was made well aware of this, but instead of supporting their students, they continued with their discriminatory practices. The alleged tactics included calls on their cell phones from unknown numbers, prohibiting them from holding events on campus as other organizations, the threatening of pulling funding from allied organizations, interrogations during exams, the suspension of their organization, and now we see they have banned them from attending their own campus, their own graduations, are causing them housing issues, and are even withholding their degrees. Instead of honoring these students for their bravery, integrity, and their unwavering steadfastness to stand against injustice and to promote an end to the violence that has claimed the lives of more than 14,000 children in Gaza within the matter of months. Remember that number, more than 14,000 children in Gaza in the matter of months have been killed. Case Western Reserve University has decided to criminalize these students. I would also like to speak as a former educator. We were trained to know and understand that it is our duty as the first line of defense in our democracy to teach our students to resist oppression and injustice anywhere it may happen. Every classic text in the canon of literature that is universally taught and that students have written thousands of papers about have to do with characters who have stood up to oppression and injustice. There is no place in education for hypocrisy. No place. Case Western has retaliated against their students for exercising their right to academic freedom and inflicted disproportionate punishment on their students simply because they disagree with them that an ongoing genocide should not be paid and funded with their tuition. If there is anything you can take away from today, understand that universities are a place for students to learn, think freely, and to form their own opinions and ideas of the world around them. Case Western Reserve University is a place of academic freedom that has suppressed free speech and has robbed the students and their families of this beautiful and hard-earned moment in their lives. The administration of Case Western has cast a dark shadow on the educational institution and education as a whole. Shame on Case. Thank you.
Our next speaker this morning is Kobe Picker. Kobe graduated from Case Western Reserve University in 2017 and is a member of Jewish Voice for Peace, Cleveland.
Hi, my name is Kobe Picker, Kobypickerer. I am an alumnus of Case Western Reserve. I graduated in 2017, and I'm a member of the Cleveland Jewish Voice for Peace. When the students first announced that they were establishing an encampment, they invited members of the community and alumni like me to help protect them because they had seen what had happened at encampments around the country with the vicious response by administrations there. A close friend of mine, Anna, went to offer her support. Within minutes, she was dragged off the oval, her wrists were bound in zip ties, and she was thrown in a squad car, like about 19 other people. 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 19 other people This week, she checked her mail. 2 weeks later, received a letter banning her from Case Western Reserve University's campus. She's still trying to rub the feeling back into her wrists. The only threat that the Case administration could have identified on the Oval that morning was the simple idea that tuition money shouldn't be used for violence. The message they sent was clear. Political speech will be met with forceful repression. In spite of that, I myself and dozens of other members of Cleveland's Jewish community attended the encampment in the ensuing week and a half. Together, we sang, we shared food, ideas, and poetry. We celebrated Passover. We observed Shabbat. I saw all types of people there: Jewish, Muslim, Christian, black, white, brown, young and old, students, faculty, and community members, all united under the simple idea that everyone deserves to live in safety and freedom. The beauty of that experience was moving and contrasted starkly to the brutality and vindictiveness of Case Western Reserve's response. I myself, an alumnus and a member of Cleveland's Jewish community,